After learning the fundamentals in the Vesica Institute online spiritual science course entitled Essential Teachings and Practices of Spiritual Science, I then created the next course in the series, which is entitled Connecting to Spiritual Realities. This course contains more advanced information about one of the most important challenges that every human being will face on the spiritual path. That is the opening of our organs of perception to perceive a real, non-physical spiritual world that is always around us, and the spiritual beings in this world that are constantly interacting with us, but most people are simply unable to perceive the existence of these beings and their influences. Now, this is a very challenging subject to train people in, because we tend to carry a type of subconscious fear of seeing these non-physical worlds and beings, even if we think we would like to. And so I have created a very grounded approach to opening up your organs of spiritual perception to perceive these non-physical realities. One of the major parts of developing these advanced initiatory skills is to understand the parts of the human energy system that must be developed in order to directly perceive these higher worlds. And so I offer information and practical exercises in this particular course that I believe is not available anywhere else to the public in the world today. If you take a look at some of the ancient initiation systems, particularly those of the Himalayas and the East, you'll see that particularly in Nepalese Thangka paintings, they show the activation of very advanced energy centers in the human energy field, particularly those above the human head. And they'll show these energy centers activated above the human head in terms of particular sacred geometric forms and with particular spiritual beings connecting to these different platforms of energy above the head. But it's very difficult to get any reliable information about the structure of these energy centers in the human energy body or the practical exercises needed to open up these energy centers and to be able to directly perceive and interact with, in a highly beneficial way, with the beings that connect to us on these higher platforms. So in this particular training, I go into detail about the nature of the 9 ranks of spiritual beings, sometimes called the angelic ranks in the Western tradition, and how they connect to the different levels of energy centers above the human head. We're going to teach you a method in this course where you can activate progressively these energy centers above the head. It's very rare to find today in any esoteric training any information about the centers above the head, with the possible exception in some systems of the first center above the head that is sometimes in the West today referred to as the soul star. This is just the beginning of a journey of activating the Jacob's ladder of energy centers above the head, making possible direct perception and connection with higher and higher levels of spiritual beings and worlds. It's also very important to understand that as we go upward in activating the human energy system, because we must activate centers outside of the human body for the more advanced forms of spiritual skills. But as we go upward, this must be balanced with an equal movement downwards. This is almost never spoken of today. And so I have not only the contextual information you will need to be able to balance your energy system as you do these advanced practices, but I also give you step-by-step instructions for how to create a balanced activation of the first center above with the first center below, connecting in a Vesica sacred geometry form around your physical body, and then connecting the second above to the second below, etc. This creates the type of concentric sacred geometry Vesica pattern that we in fact see built into the cathedrals in Europe, built by the medieval Masons who were making the cathedral's initiation text built out of stone. So in this particular course, we go into highly advanced information so that we can truly undertake a spiritual initiation process on the modern independent path of spiritual initiation without having to have an external guru or giving your power away to any external institution. in a way that you'll truly develop the capacity to perceive these higher beings and higher worlds, which will in fact be our home at the time that we pass through the gate of death and we return to our true home, the spiritual world, and go through the experiences there that will lead to our reappearing in later incarnations on the physical plane. This is the real core of true spiritual initiation. And I'm so happy we've been able to put together this course to make this previously very hidden information available to the public.